All right, here we go. Yeah. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Woohoo! It's that week. Always, no matter what part of the world you're living in, no matter what time, what's going on in your life, nothing. If you've ever played in that rivalry, Good Counsel versus Dematha, if you've ever been a part of it in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you feel it. If you've played in it, and more specifically, if you were playing in it, if you had to put on the navy and gold, or you had to put on the red, blue, and white, it was going to be a football game. It is the equivalent. It's the high school version of Michigan, Ohio State. It's the high school version, Texas, Oklahoma, Florida State, Miami. It's that kind of rivalry, baby. And I got to mention, it's the equivalent to Stony Brook, Albany type. It's a rivalry. It's a barn burner. It is a football game. And anyone that's ever played in it can resonate with what it feels like knows what I mean when I say Dematha week, when it's time to play Dematha. We know there's a lot of things going on, the future of the program, the past of the program, in a lot of ways, because Dematha is who they are, and their reputation, they're known for being who they are in the football athletic world, not just the football world, but the athletic world in general. We take it personally when, we, in many ways, especially when I was there, we were the ones not good enough to play at Dematha. We were the ones not good enough to be at Dematha, right? So it's that week. Alma mater, I played at Good Counsel, if you guys don't know, but it's that week where it's Good Counsel versus Dematha, and man, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. They both won their CAC, the start of the CAC football season. The start of league play started this past week, and they both won their games. Dematha beat Gonzaga and Good Counsel beat St. John. So, it's going to be a special one. And I got to take you back into the locker room. I'll take you into the locker room for the first time I ever played. The first time I was ever a part of a Good Counsel Dematha game, and we won 22-0. We won 22-0. It was a beautiful feeling. One of the greatest feelings I've ever had in high school was actually beating them, right? But one of the best things, one of the biggest takeaways, and one of the things I want to talk to you guys today about is the bond. All right, the bond it created. Excuse me. The bond that it created amongst us as young men, just coming together to achieve a certain goal. Win, lose, or draw, it's the bond that it created. And that's what this game is all about. These are the things I emphasize and I talk about all the time in terms of how we incorporate this into the business world. Let me tell you a quick story, right? The running back position at Good Counsel is very sacred. It really is. We've had great ones, some incredibly great ones. Even the one now, man, that boy different, man. That boy can ball. His name is Dylan Jones. He's committed to Wisconsin. I look forward to seeing him make some major things happen in the Big Ten. I'm so looking forward to seeing him do his thing next year, right? So at the time when I was there, the Dylan Jones, so to speak, of Good Counsel was a guy named Jerron Pearson. Jerron Pearson was a senior my sophomore year when I played JV, and he was the standard. He was him. He was, like I said, he was the Dylan Jones of Good Counsel before, like I always call it like BSM, life before social media, right? He was that guy before social media and before all the internet and ESPN and all the national rankings and all that nonsense had, become apparent and sort of to pierce the high school football world. And there was my JV year, there was a running back battle, because Jerron's a senior. There's always the question of who's going to be the next guy, who's going to be the one to take Jerron's place, and who's going to be going to be him, who's going to be the dude, right? In my JV year, we had two running backs that one was named Darnell Kemper and the other one Chris Daly, and they really, they would battle it out. They were two very capable backs. Chris Daly ended up being the back that took over the position and manned the position for the next 2 seasons, our junior and senior year. But before that, they were both playing on JV, and they'd be going back and forth. They'd be going at it. There was actually one time before practice where them two was going at it, like, who's the better? I'm the better running back. No, I'm the better running back. They were arguing. I swear to God, no, bro. They were arguing about who the better JV running back was, and the argument ended. It was hilarious because the argument ended with Jerron Pearson saying, he's the starting running back on varsity. Jerron just looks at him. He goes, "It doesn't really matter because I'm better than both of you motherfuckers." And nobody can say anything. The argument actually ended with Jerron saying that, right? So we get, all jokes aside, we get to the week in which we played Dematha that year in which we beat him, my JV year, which we beat him. And I'll never forget this. Chris Daly goes up to Darnell right before the game when we're playing Dematha, you know, and he looks at Darnell and he goes, look, all right, no more beefing. We got to win this one now, right? And I'll never forget watching the ending of that game, and I saw Darnell and Chris kind of slap up, you know, shake hands, be like, look, we good, we brothers, you know, we gonna argue, we gonna duke it out, but at the end of the day, we have to pull together and get this win. And that's what this game is all about, man. Yes, at one point, we're gonna compete our ass off, we're gonna make plays, we're gonna do what we gotta do to make each other better. But when it comes to this week specifically, when it's time to play them Stags, we got to come together as a unit. The alums got to come together as a unit. No matter what goes on, we got to make shit happen. Go and get that go and get that WCAC crown, baby. All right. I do a whole lot of topics on this. Main website to check out to dive deeper into my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Check it out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.